to knowledge and self-determination. So I'm gonna make this video real quick because I've done this about 3 or 4 times. So I've pretty much been able to consolidate my thoughts into maybe a couple of cohesive strings of thought that you guys should be able to follow without too much ranting and veering off into the left. Basically, this video is basically about is white supremacy being used as a pretext to issue as a pretext to a race war? You know, are all of these racial attacks on black people, all these attacks on black people from the police and just random white citizens, are these a pretext to martial law being issued, which is going to usher in a race war? That is the question. And the answer that I have to that is absolutely. Absolutely, yes. That is absolutely what I think is happening. This is something that I've been thinking for quite some time. One of my subs, though, actually commented on one of my videos, the rest in peace to Kendra Shanice Reed. And my statement in there was, rest in peace, Kendra Shanice Reed. We are at war. Because we are at war. We're at war. Our people have been targeted for hundreds of years now. You guys think because we're out of the quote-unquote Jim Crow era that Jim Crow doesn't exist? The premise behind Willie Lynch was very effective because turn the dark-skinned Negro against the light-skinned Negro. Turn, you know what I'm saying, the old slave against the young slave. Turn the man against the woman. These are things that are in the Willie Lynch letter. This is real shit. This is what we have nowadays. This is what we have. They implemented shit that would consistently keep us divided amongst ourselves so that they could easily come in and continue to subjugate us and disenfranchise us. And it worked like a fucking charm. A house divided cannot stand. Divide and conquer. And all the other cliched statements, you know what I'm saying, that exist. All the other shit, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that we're dealing with. You know, we are the psychological product of 400 years of mistreatment, segregation, you know what I'm saying, disenfranchisement, abuse, brutality, so on and so forth. We are the end result currently of all of that. And we're still scattered, like we had, like we're 3 sheets to the wind, like we have no idea where the fuck we're going. Although a lot of us are starting to get together, you know. But we need to keep this movement, you know, amongst ourselves. We don't need to go out into the streets and riot and commit violence against white people or other races of people. We don't need to do that because it's not going to solve our own problems. All it's going to do is create more problems. You know, I am definitely a person who is an advocate for self-defense. Jiu-jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-jitsu, Judo, Hapkido, Aikido, you know what I'm saying? Krav Maga, which I love because it's very practical. And if you're the person on the other end of a Krav Maga attack, you're probably going to be in danger. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you this. Krav Maga teaches you how to take guns from people, bats, knives, and pull guns out of holsters of another person. And that's all I'm going to say. You can make up your mind what you want to do from that point forward. And definitely boxing, you know what I'm saying? But any martial art that you can become proficient in is likely to serve you well in these streets with this war that has been waged against us. You understand? Just because white supremacy changed the way they call you the N-word doesn't mean that they're not still doing it, dude. It doesn't mean that they're not still doing it. Listen, white supremacy hasn't gone anywhere. How the fuck can white supremacy leave when the people from the Jim Crow era who were white supremacists, a lot of them are still alive and have taught their children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren how to hate you? Where exactly did white supremacy go? When was the last time you saw a Ku Klux Klan hood in a pawn shop? When was the last time you saw that? Because they don't get rid of that shit. They keep it because that's a lifelong occupation. It's a lifelong occupation. So keep in mind, black people, we are at war. Look at the trail. Look at the trail that's being left. You know what I'm saying? Trayvon Martin, Philando Castillo. You know, the list go. I mean, Tamir Rice. I mean, the list go. Jordan Edwards. I mean, there's so many names at this point. I can't name them all. You know, can't name them all. But this should be a direct message to you. What about the white dude that was at the party and sat poolside drinking a beer, shooting all those black people? Seriously. And the police had the nerve to say it wasn't racially motivated. Kendra Shanice Reed, again, rest in peace. Sister found hung in a tree. Fucking North Carolina, man. Seriously. We don't kill ourselves, man. We have the lowest suicide rate of any amongst all the races on the planet. We have the lowest suicide rate for any race of people on this planet. Because we don't kill ourselves like that. And black people don't hang themselves. We don't do that. We don't do that. Right? We don't do that. So anyway, we're at war. We are under attack. America was founded as a Christian nation, and they're attacking our Christian values, the KKK. Do you see this shit? They believe that they are under attack. I'm not going to get into the religion thing because it's a very divisive subject. I'm not going to get into all of that. All I'm going to say is, I don't believe in anything that advocates for fucking slavery. I don't believe in anything that advocates for slavery. If you can justify why, how, why, when, where a person could be a slave, there's nothing you can teach me about shit. And I'm going to just leave it at that. You all can make up your minds what I feel about anything from that point. And if you can't, oh well. But you ain't going to come at me and tell me that what you believe in says it's okay for me to be a slave, but then tell me I should still believe in that shit too. Anyway, but moving along, we're at fucking war, man. We're at war, and it's time we start treating this situation like we are at war. We have dudes like this who go into a church and just start shooting and killing black people that he does not know. And the cops rewarded him for this by taking his bitch ass to Burger King. Right? Eric Garner was supposedly selling Lucy's up in New York. He got choked to death. Right? White man just cut off his mother's head on Mother's Day and walked into a grocery store with her head in his hand, covered in blood. Not one person called the police while this crazy sick son of a bitch walked to the grocery store. Nobody thought anything was wrong with that until he got to the grocery store and stabbed a worker at the grocery store 7 times before the other workers wrestled him to the ground and beat the brakes off his dumb ass. Cops didn't come in there and shoot his ass at all. Cops didn't shoot him. Jordan Edwards was driving home with his brothers from a party. He got shot in the fucking head for no reason. We're at fucking war, people. Black people, we are at war. The sooner you see it, the sooner we can start to make concessions on how we're going to deal with this shit. Not necessarily with violence. Violence isn't going to get us anywhere. You know what I'm saying? As long as they control the military might in this country, us waging war against America really isn't going to, because they don't have a problem killing us. Look at Hurricane Katrina. They were down in New Orleans killing black people for trying to survive. Killing us. Or we're looting because we're trying to get water and food. White people doing the same thing. They're scrounging around for resources because everything is so fucked up. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. They have no problem murdering us, man. They don't even look at us as human. You tell me when the 3/5 partition was actually overwritten in the Constitution. You tell me when they said, okay, scratch out you guys being 3/5 of a human being. Scratch that off the record. Please explain that to me. When have they haven't retracted that at all. They didn't make an amendment to combat that at all. If they did, please let me know. Please let me know. What about the Drew Scott case, where white people said, a black man doesn't have any laws or any rights that a white man has to respect. When the fuck did they repeal any of these things? Jim Crow wasn't even law, and they still operated under the pretext of Jim Crow. Jim Crow wasn't a law, but every white person on this hunk of rock that we call North America were for it. They were all for it. It wasn't a law, it was just word of mouth. And they all bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. It didn't have to be a law. So when you tell me that white supremacy doesn't fucking exist, racism doesn't exist, you're a fucking moron. Because, see, they stick together, especially when it comes to them isolating other groups of people. They don't have to write it down and put it in a fucking book for it to matter to them and for it to be something that they're willing to do. Again, the Willie Lynch letters. People even debate whether that was even real or not. But the fact of the matter is, it exists. People debate when it was written and so on and so forth. But the point is, it exists. It was never written into the Constitution or any code of conduct in this country. But yet, read the Willie Lynch letters and then look at Black America and tell me if you don't see exactly what they intended for us when you get to the end. Look at Jim Crow again. They didn't have to write this shit into law for all white people to jump on board, or 98% of white people to jump on board with it. They didn't have to. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Look what they did to us. Look what they did to us. Look what they keep doing to us. This shit is real. This shit is real. And all I'm saying is defend yourselves. Wake up. Open your eyes. We need to come together. Because I'm going to say this and then I'm going to end the video because I don't want it to be too long. I think I made my point for the most part. And if not, fucking get a clue. We are at war. And Donald Trump and everybody in his cabinet are white supremacists. Everybody in his cabinet are white supremacists. Everybody in his cabinet are white supremacists. Jeff Sessions has been appointed to Attorney General. He is not going to prosecute any police officer that kills any black person in this country, unarmed or otherwise. It won't happen. You're not going to get justice that way. He's not going to prosecute him. And he's trying to make it so you can't even fucking sue them or the police departments because of wrongful death. This is what they are. Dude, don't you understand? They are lining up the pins so they can knock them the fuck down. They are setting the stage for their end game with us. Don't you see it? Don't you see it? They're setting the end game. White supremacist hate groups rose exponentially during Obama's tenure as president. And they're continuing to rise as we speak now that Trump is in office. And they're even more emboldened now to be racist white supremacist pigs now than they ever were before. Judges, lawyers, reporters, TV news anchors, school principals, teachers, the list goes on and on and on, down to your everyday Joe that works at the Quickie Mart. You guys understand what I'm saying? They're not fucking playing with us. We're the only ones playing games. We're the only ones playing games. While our black rappers out here, out this motherfucker dressing like fucking females, and yes, I'ma say it, yo, no man who doesn't want to be a girl doesn't dress like a fucking girl. Huh? You hear what I'm saying? You don't want to be a girl, you don't fucking dress like a girl. That's all I'm saying. You put on a fucking skirt, you're a girl. You wearing female clothing apparel, you're a girl. You understand? You just don't know it yet. Little Uzi Vert, let his little ass go to jail looking like that. I guarantee you before the end of the night he gonna be somebody's girlfriend. I guarantee it. But anyway, enough of that, man. If you are a black man and you think wearing female apparel is cool because some white supremacist fucking fashion designer told you it was okay for you to wear a fucking skirt, sit the fuck away from me. You are not part of this war. You won't be useful at all. Just move aside. We are at war, man. They're attacking our masculinity. They're attacking our community. They're attacking our children. They're attacking our women. They're attacking our older people. They're attacking the education. They're attacking our history. They've always attacked that. We got to stop standing by and just letting this shit happen, man. It's time to stand up. But again, we got to be smart about it because the instant we go full blast and go ham, they're going to issue martial law, go in our communities and start eradicating our asses, man. I'm telling you, we are at war. We are at war. The question is, what the fuck are you willing to do to defend and protect your people? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? Look at this. Look at this shit. Dear blacks, coons, kafirs, monkeys, we killed Trayvon. Trayvon is a nigger. Niggas will be shot in this neighborhood. Speak English, boy. Niggas do not. See, America is a white man. Do you understand? This is recent shit. This is recent shit. This is what they think about you. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video with these images. This is what they think about you. Well, here in Daytona, we control any nigger with a gun or a militant mindset with mental health. This is what they think about you. Nigritude, from back in what, the 17th, 18th century, 19th century, I believe, where a black person who did not want to be a slave anymore and would risk death to get away from their slave master was considered mentally unstable. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Defending, protecting, and fighting for yourself and your community is mental instability in their minds. Because you should want to be a slave. You should want to submit because the Bible tells you so. This is what they think about you. This is what they think about you. This is what they think about you, black people. This is what they think about you. It's right here. In black and white and other colors. It's right here. This is what they think about you. Ultimately, this shit is never going anywhere. It's never going anywhere. Unless there's some serious paradigm shift in the minds of the people on this planet, that mind state will never go anywhere. And black people, what that means is we will always be at war. We will always be at war. They are using white supremacy as a pretext to start a race war so that they can issue martial law. Remember that, black people. This is what I see happening. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong about this. I want to be wrong. But everything they're doing, it's like they're trying to incite a riot. They're trying to incite rage in the black community. Look at all the things that keep happening. We're either going to band together and tell them to leave us the fuck alone. We're going to react in a stupid way that's going to issue martial law and get a lot of us eradicated and put in the concentration camps. Or we're going to band together intelligently and end this shit. But this is what they think about you. I'm out. Peace.